What's going on, everybody? I'm Aslan Hajimani. That is Michael Langston, recruiting analyst for Warchant.com, the ultimate Seminole sports source. Quick programming note before we get into all the good stuff. The news that Michael's about to break down for all of us. If you listen to the Wake Up Warchant podcast on Monday, you're like, how come you guys didn't talk about it? We already recorded the show. It's all done with. So the YouTube version of the podcast won't have this, but who cares? You're watching us right now. Otherwise, if you want to know Corey's thoughts about it and you're listening to the podcast, you're welcome. Michael, tell everybody to hit the thumbs up button. They like you more than they don't listen.
They do? Oh man, I didn't know that. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. Helps us promote all our big features, recruiting team, whatever it is. So definitely hit that for us.
Michael, again, man, I'm not the overflowing optimistic. Everything's awesome. We're going to be great. I do want 10 wins next season, and they keep doing things that make it a practical expectation. I think at this point, man, over the weekend they added one of the most highly coveted defensive ends in the portal, and then on Sunday night they got a dude who's caught 60 passes at a Power 5 program this past year. Man, what the heck is going on in Florida State? Winston Wright Jr., the latest addition.
Yeah, Winston Wright from West Virginia visited FSU on Saturday. Went over there. He's actually from Savannah, Georgia, so there was strong ties with him and the Kalen Deloach family. They go way back, so they kind of showed them around, and um, certainly they were in the market. They've made it clear we want to get as many wide receivers as you can, and now they have four, and I guess the difference with this one is an extremely productive guy that can come right in. His stats back that up. Very electric in the slot position, and also just a tremendous punt and kickoff returner. I mean, he's going to add a lot to your special team. So I think he's kind of a jack of all traits if you're looking for playmakers, and certainly Mike Norvell has shown he certainly is every year. So they've it's been a very strong, exciting week for FSU football.
What's going on, Michael? You mentioned the Kalen Deloach tie.
Hmm.
Just what do you think is really contributing to the fact that Florida? I tweeted about this a few minutes ago. Either whether you're a Florida State fan or you're a Miami guy watching this, or a Florida lady watching this, or Clemson person, whatever, man. There's really only two conclusions you can really come to right now. That's either Florida State's got a really good staff when it comes to recruiting, or they've got more money than we've been led to believe, man. What is really listen, and it's totally fair. Everybody, listen, man, it's the way it is right now. What do you think is really contributing to the fact that they're able to keep pulling these guys that are, productive dudes?
I think the big thing, obviously, the season and stuff. The what they showed a little bit during the season certainly helps, but a lot of these guys at the same time haven't seen the season, so the job that they do as far as laying out the plan, I think that's the biggest thing, Aslan. They do a great job of laying what they're going to do, how they're going to utilize these guys, and they know when they research Norvell's history, what he does with playmakers, and I think that's the attraction of the receiver position, and then the other position is just it's really about selling the plan. Obviously, you need a good NIL presentation, and they certainly have done well there. They probably can't compete with some of the big boys as far as what they put up as far as numbers, but I think from a standpoint of laying out the plan, I think they've done that better than most schools, and that's really why they're getting these kids is because of their plan they're laying out and where they're going and the vision of the program. I think these kids are buying into what they're doing and they're sold on it. And two, their staff in general is like we see it all the time that right when a kid enters the portal, these guys are all over them, maybe even before a lot of teams. So I think their understanding of presentation, their understanding of organization, and then executing their plan of what they see for each guy and being very emphatic about what we have and what they have as far as the school, what school offers, and then kind of where they're going, and then getting them on campus. That's the other thing is even though they couldn't host Winston this weekend, they found a way to make a way where he saw everything, he got to visit, and you got a feel for everything, and they nailed it, and
Was he
got
here
it.
Saturday? Did he visit Saturday, or he wasn't
Yeah,
on campus?
no, he did. He
Okay.
visited Saturday.
Okay.
The Deloach family showed him around because the FSU staff cannot host him on a dead period.
Uh,
So we showed him all around, got to see everything, really laid it out, and I think, and I don't talk about this as much as I probably should, but the best recruiters on your staff are always going to be the players, and the players at FSU have done a tremendous job of selling this program, both with the positives and negatives, the whatever. They're straight and real, genuine. I think Jared Verse covered that the other night in my long interview with him. I think Winston Wright's probably the same thing. It was very direct about what it is here, the work that goes into it, but also the type of family it is here and where they're going and where this winning is going. So I think that's you attribute all those things. I think that's the reasons behind why they're getting all these top notch transfers.
All right, let's focus and go back a little bit here to Winston Wright himself, Michael. Again, he caught 63 passes this past season. I think he had 6 touchdowns. How many yards? 688 yards, 63 catches, 5 touchdowns. I apologize. 5'9", 180-pound junior from Savannah, Georgia. I mean, how's the fit, do you think, on the field for Florida State? And you mentioned, so we get a little bit more than just simply catching passes, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mentioned like he's a very elite in special teams, so he'll add a lot to there. I think he'll play a lot there. But as we've seen in a lot of offenses, the slot guy is going to touch the ball probably more than anybody. Doesn't mean they're always going to score touchdowns, but they don't have somebody like that right now in their offense that's really stepping up and helping them in that slot position. I think with Winston, he's going to take away that concern as far as just the way he makes plays after the catch. I mean, can turn a 5-yarder into a 25-yarder, and that's a big deal when you look at this offense and the way they've struggled when they can't run the ball. They need somebody that can, take the top off things, get things in space that can, with a guy that can make people miss, and then showcase his speed and electric ability in open field. So I don't think we've saw much of that at all in this FSU offense. So I think this was attraction. I was worded to me that they felt really highly about Kevin Coleman, the high school kid, 5-star, and I think they viewed this guy the same way they would use him. And you can see just from his catches and the amount of catches he has, just the amount of ways that he can impact an offense.
Yeah, I mean, right there, you can see it there this past season. He had a touchdown return on a kickoff, 98 yards. Was as long. I'm assuming that's the touchdown. 25 for 618. Freshman year, he had a touchdown return for a kickoff return for a touchdown, rather. So all these boxes that we keep talking about, man, check. Are you coming out? Are you riding on the 10-win bus? Corey's not on the 10-win bus yet, but I'm driving the 10-win bus. You coming to the 10-win bus?
No, let's wait and see how the spring goes and see who's going to be winning jobs and then see what they look like. I'm going to at least wait till at least the first game. I'm not going to jump on the 10-win bandwagon that quick.
Come on. Well, if we think these guys are all so great that they're bringing in, man, like why are we not gonna, go for the big one? Let's go for the top shelf bottle, man.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you have to wait and see what this team looks like in the spring. Who's starting? Who's going to be what jobs are won? I want to see that first before I start picking out, how many game total wins.
Well, I think they're bringing all these guys in for a reason. I don't think they're bringing in Jared Verse to teach, Quayshawn Ford how to get to the quarterback. They're telling him.
No, they're not. And I think it's exciting, and I think certainly there's still places that they want to finish off. I think they want to get a running back. I think you would like to see another quarterback because let's face it, Jordan Travis is not the most durable guy as far as when you play. So, and then the offensive line, I think they would like to get another tackle. So I think there's still places they want to fill. But yes, it's exciting and certainly has to increase your feelings about how high the win total is going to be at FSU. But for me personally, I want to see what the spring looks like and how these kids look.
Okay, fair enough. By myself, there's a couple people I think that want to hop on. A lot of people want to hop on, but they're not quite ready to. But hey, scared money don't make money or whatever. But that's what the guy in Gainesville. Never mind. All right, we're done. Michael's going to have his eye on the portal. He's going to have his eye on the class of 2023 prospects. It's all over at the PRB. That's a premium recruiting board on warchant.com. It's for our members. Use that promo code at the bottom of the screen. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. Michael, your time, man. We appreciate it and the knowledge.
You got it, man.